Also on days like today. I extend a warm welcome to all our valued shareholders, esteemed members of the board, the management team, and our associates present here to attend the 87th AGM of the company. I feel privileged to be speaking to you at this AGM once again, and I'm deeply grateful to you for your continued support and confidence bestowed on us year after year. I would like to quote from Robert Browning: "The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and I have miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep." In the context of India and the world, there are three interconnected developments now happening simultaneously. One, the world is today faced with critical geopolitical conflicts on multiple fronts in different geographies, climate issues, inflationary pressures, and food security concerns. Second, on the other hand, there are unprecedented new opportunities in the form of technological advancements in the use of digital platforms and artificial intelligence, which shall transform manufacturing and marketing and redefine the future. Third, in this backdrop, India is emerging as a beacon of growth as the world's fastest growing major economy, with 7% plus GDP growth rate being clocked consistently year after year. Experts predict that India is well poised to be a global powerhouse in the near future. There is no doubt that the country's leadership is taking economic transformation seriously, with the objective of becoming the world's third largest economy in the next few years. No wonder the world today sees India with respect. In light of the above context, your company is growing at a rapid speed and is contributing to India's overall success story. Despite global challenges and subdued domestic consumption, your company has delivered strong financial performance with gross value sales, including duties and taxes, reaching 11,271 crores, a growth of 19.8% year on year, and consolidated net profit after tax, touching the figure of 884 crores for the financial year 23-24. The tobacco segment continued to be the pillar of our revenue, contributing 95% of our gross sales value, of which our international operations contributed 1,343 crores. The cigarette business witnessed a year of sustained growth trajectory, particularly with focus on premiumization and innovation, along with tax stability, lending a helping hand in gaining some volumes from illicit trade. I'm pleased to say that the momentum is continuing in the current year as well. The share price of your company is at an all-time high. This focus on our core business is in consonance with the theory of core competency propagated by the late global management guru, Professor C.K. Prahlad. This strategy has also led us to the closure of our retail business 24/7. At times, we need to bite the bullet in the long-term interest of the company and the shareholders. Therefore, the medium-term growth story remains strong despite some near-term headwinds. The future is very promising as the company is venturing into virgin markets for its cigarette business and is focused on expanding footprint of the unmanufactured tobacco exports. The company is also exploring opportunities to monetize some of its valuable assets in the near future to further enhance its shareholders' value. I'm also proud to announce that Godfrey Phillips India has been recognized as a great place to work for the 6th consecutive year, a remarkable achievement by any standards. The company's people-first philosophy remains the core of its value. This year, we have also made substantial progress in our environmental, social, and governance, the ESG initiatives, alongside our corporate social responsibility CSR commitments. Our sustainability strategy has led to a four-fold increase in the Dow Jones Sustainability Index score, reflecting our dedication to integrating ESG into our core operations. We are committed to responsible care, and this is going to be the focus of the entire company. We continue to prioritize the well-being of the marginalized farming community engaged in tobacco cultivation. Our community development programs have expanded to 170 plus villages, addressing critical issues such as access to safe drinking water, sanitization, education, and social protection. I would like to make a few announcements today. Going forward, we are determined to strongly adhere to DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion in our governance model. We want to reward our shareholders for the patience and confidence shown in our management. Considering the superior performance, the Board of Directors were pleased to recommend a dividend of Rs 56 per share as compared to 44 per share paid for the last financial year, which was higher by 28%. The board is cognizant of the shareholders' constant request on increasing the dividend payout. Given our performance and overall profitability, as a chairperson and managing director of the company, I am committed to recommend to the board significantly higher payout for our shareholders in times to come. I would also like to share some good news with you today. At 2 p.m. today, the company has sent a notice to the stock exchanges. The board of directors will meet on 20 September 2024 to consider issuing bonus shares in the ratio of 2 to 1, that is, 2 equity shares for every 1 equity share held. As per the vision of late K.K. Modi, we stand committed that the company shall run professionally, efficiently to unlock the value for the shareholders. We believe in horses for courses approach. We shall continue to revamp all our board-level committees, such as NRC, Audit, CSR, with forward-looking and constructive people. We shall take advantage of every bit of experience and knowledge of our partners, Philip Morris International PMI, and shall also plan to induct new members on the board, including PMI nominees, in order to deliver on our commitment to the shareholders and to make the company more global and professional. At the same time, we shall continue to enhance our recruitment and selection process for the independent directors and further increase their representation on the board in due course with support and involvement of PMI.
Of course, the chairperson in her initial address has mentioned very categorically that she intends to take it to the board for higher payout in times to come. So I think that should be reassuring to you, Mr. Haria. 24/7 was discontinued very recently, and your question that whether we would want to enter into loss-making ventures in times to come, of course not. We will continue to build on our core competency, and wherever we go for expansion, only with clear understanding of the profitable growth. Insofar as whether the family feud affects the management of the company, operating management of the company, I would like to draw your attention to the recent interview our CEO, Mr. Sharad Agarwal, had with the journalist of Economic Times, and he very categorically said that the operating management is unaffected by the family dispute because there are professionals who are taking care of the management of the company, and they will continue to do their job dutifully. Next shareholder was Mr. Mustafa Khedwala. He again raised the issue of bonus versus dividend payout, and dividend payout I have already mentioned, taking the course of Dr. Beena Modi having made her remarks. So it should be improving in times to come. Exports of cigarette, can we get better realization? In terms of export, generally the brands that we export are private labels and the margins are low. We are trying to improve the realization. By making some value addition to the exports that we are making. So in times to come, we hope to improve the value realization, but there is a limit to value realization on private labels. I will not again talk about family feud. It will be settled soon, and it is not impacting the management as of now. Yusuf Rangwala, Thank you very much for your compliments to the secretary function and our registrar's LinkedIn time. ITC is the big daddy of cigarette business. They have almost 77% market share, but we are also improving our position in the competitive arena year on year basis. We have taken note of your suggestion, Mr. Rangwala, about shareholders meet at the factory. We discontinued, of course, at the time of COVID. We will look at the feasibility of restarting this trend. Thank you for your compliments of Phoolon ki Khushboo. Yes, we shall continue to spread the smell, in terms of better results. HS Patel, I would like to correct here, sir, or ma'am, who spoke. The share price has already touched 7250. So what your number was, actually it was very very outdated number. I am talking about the current number. Yes, the suggestion of increase in dividend has been taken note of. Your question that Mr. Dr. Lalit Bhasin only holds 2,000 shares and no other directors, ma'am, there is no correlation between holding of shares and the responsibility that the independent directors and other directors undertake in taking the company forward. So irrespective of them not holding the shares, they are doing their job very dutifully and to the best of the shareholders' interest. Yes, we have taken note of your suggestion on factory visit. We thank you for your compliments on the June quarter results. Marlboro, we all know that it is an iconic brand, and we are piggybacking on that to improve the performance of our own brands. Although our own brands are also doing good, both Foursquare and Red and White. Thank you for your encouraging words about improvement in the turnover, profit after tax, and EPS. The question that we don't have cash balance or cash balance has gone down, but we are paying the dividend. Don't worry about the cash balance. We have a lot of money in the investments, and there is enough liquidity to take care of any requirement in terms of cash. Are we making snuff? No, we are not at the moment, but we have taken note of your this question, and we will look at the feasibility. Foreign exchange earnings are more than expenses. Yes, we are earning more, and that should be a good sign, and we hope to continue with that. Capex on R&D, there is an improvement. There is an increase in capex on R&D because we are trying to work on new products and new brands, and in that sense, the capex on R&D is very well justified. Mr. Badri Bajaj, thank you for compliments that our market cap has doubled in last 1 year. You made a very interesting observation about VST, that they have given 10:1 and we are giving 2:1. If my memory serves me right, VST has never ever given bonus before, but we had in 90s twice. So that is one comparison. Second is that our Mr. Aditya Gupta is gone. So that proves the point that we are a factory of good professionals, and our professionals are picked up by our competitors also. Your question, are we likely to acquire a VST? Inshallah, let us see. ONDC, perhaps the ONDC is not available to us for the reasons that we are a very regulated industry, and our reach to consumer is very very limited, and it's not permitted as any other FMCG is permitted. Thank you very much for your compliments to our efforts on the ESG initiatives that we have undertaken, and we promise you that we will improve our rating of ESG in times to come. Mr. Satish Shah wanted to know about our dividend policy. Mr. Shah, it is mentioned on page 27 of the annual report. Mr. Shah, thank you very much for your compliments on the issue of bonus that our chairperson mentioned. This will go as a part of total process, and hopefully the record date for the bonus share will be announced very soon. Anushri Gandhi wanted to know about attrition rate of our employees. Presently, it is about 8%. She wanted to also understand the cannibalization of Marlboro, whether it is cannibalizing on GPI brands. Of course, we try to, control as much as possible in terms of, not letting the Marlboro or any other brand for that matter of competition cannibalize on our volumes. But it is an open market forces which play out, and but Marlboro is also our brand. We only manufacture, we only distribute it. So even if Marlboro is growing, that is also a good sign for the shareholders, because we earn enough from that as well. Is there any overlap? Yes, there are overlaps in the regular size cigarette category, because we have our own brands, and Marlboro is also now in regular size filter. In terms of profitability per stick, normally that is not the metrics which is used, but as you will see that overall profitability of company is growing year on year, which many shareholders have alluded to, and hopefully we will improve the profitability in times to come as well. Whether you are really interested, I will give you the data on the volume wise. At least I can give you the information on some of our core brands. GPI Foursquare is this year it was 6. In the year 23-24, our volume was 6741 million as against 7109 million last year. Red and white, it was 655 million as against 747 million last year. Scavengers 1189 million as against 1214 million last year. Stellar was 838 million as against 580 million last year. North Pole 135 as against 158 last year. And other brands put together were 212 million as against 188 million. But the icing on cake is the Marlboro, which was 5768 million in 23-24 as against 3958 million last year. And Marlboro volume is also counted by us as our volume. I think I have answered all your questions, Anushri ma'am. Next speaker was Mr. Prolin Nandu, who actually had many questions, and our colleagues had a one-to-one conversation with him and answered many of his questions in the call. Your suggestions to improve the shareholder value, Mr. Nandu, in terms of dividend one time or recurring increase in dividend payout is very well taken note of. Our chairperson has already alluded to some of the measures that are in pipeline in terms of improving the quality of the board. You will see some of these things happening in times to come. And again, I would like to repeat that our operations are completely insulated from the family feud. Mr. Ravi Naredi, thank you for holding the shareholding of this company for last 10 years. You made one comment that everybody is saying that give more dividend and more bonus, but nobody is talking about how to grow. Shareholder may not be talking, but operating management of the company is very much cognizant of this fact that we have to grow. We have to grow in terms of business, in terms of shareholder value. So it goes irrespective that we will continue our efforts to grow. Gautam Tiwari had a lot of questions, and he ended with a shairi. So thank you very much, Mr. Tiwari, for your compliments on strong balance sheet, dividend payout being higher, our CSR initiatives. Thank you for complimenting our investor services, so meticulously taken care of by Company Secretary, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta. On the question that of unclaimed dividend and unclaimed shares which have gone to IEPF, I would like to give the data. 4,74,324 equity shares were transferred to IEPF ever since this requirement came into being, and out of this 7,620 shares have been claimed back by the shareholders, which were duly facilitated by us for taking them back. Mr. Tiwari wanted to know about attrition at top level. Our attrition at top level is slightly lower than the general level attrition. It is only at about 5 to 6%. What is our market share? As of now, it is 16.9%. Other competitors are ITC and BST, but we have left behind BST by quite a distance now. Our capacity utilization in cigarette plants is about 55 to 60% of packing machine. Which of our brand is the most selling brand? Undoubtedly, it is Foursquare. Of Godfrey Phillips brand, it is Foursquare. और आपकी शायरी के लिए और आपकी हौसला अफजाई के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Our last speaker was Celestian Mescarnas. We do